When your ankles swell up 3 times the size they were before, that means heart failure. And he does look sick. And he does babble and, sound like the brain's not doing too hot. And so we just cut bait on Trump, and we just mobilize against the Democrats. And we mobilize against neocons, we primary them, and we just fight even harder, because look at how we've turned the tide. Look at all the good we've done. There's a fourth turning. Populists, nationalists, conservatives are winning everywhere. There's a Christian reawakening. And Trump is just a minor figure in all of that now. And we have to be appreciative of the old Trump that went through so much and got so much done. And that's the Trump we remember. And we're just sad because that happens. We need to be sad about Trump. This is not funny. This is not good. But he's gone. And that's it. And all the people rallied around him, you can see Hegseth's freaked out. You can see the press secretary's freaked out. They're being loyal. They think it's the lesser of two evils. And okay, but I just, Trump needs intervention. He needs to take some time off. We need to pray for Trump, that the Holy Spirit touch his heart and loose him from whatever evil control he's under. I'm serious. And I think that's the answer. We need to pray for President Trump. We need to pray for other people to be awakened. We need to pray for justice and peace, because we're in so much danger. I talked to Mark Mitchell. By the way, what's going on with Mark? He usually comes on quickly. What's the ETA on Mark Mitchell coming on from Rasmussen, top pulse in the world? He was warned of this 6 months ago. The slide started. These are real numbers, folks, and I see it in the streets. Trump is at 33%. He was up at 56 6 months ago. The most popular he's ever been. In independents that 80% voted for him, he's lost 80%. In men under 45, he's lost half of them. Trump is in free fall, and that means we're in free fall in the midterms. Unless Republican candidates say, we are real America firsters, we like Trump in the past, we're sorry he's obviously had an aneurysm or something, or a stroke, but we're not Trump, we're going to stop the Democrats and their plan for defunding the police and open borders and transgenderism and pedophilia and men and women's sports and giant tax increases and gun confiscations. And we just say, we're the original populist Tea Party Republicans that got Trump in. Just because he's been betraying us, we're not. We need to get more good members of Congress. We need to electioneer even harder. Even harder. That is the clear way out of this. We have to say, too bad Trump ran off the edge of a cliff. I don't think he's coming back from it. But triage him, isolate him, and explain, we're not him and we're not the Democrats 10 times worse. We're not the Democrats 10 times worse, and we're not him, and we're morally against this, and blowing up Iranian water supplies he's talking about, war crime any way you cut it. Put pressure on him not to do that. And just continue on the moral, proper way to behave. Not stick our finger in the wind and see which way it's blowing. But also not become frothing and wild-eyed attacking Trump and getting Trump derangement syndrome and joining the left and letting them then use that to destroy our populist base. That is the way through this. I've prayed about it. I've thought about it. I've worked on it. We've got to create some basic factoids and charts of this, and people like to see it contemporaneously so they can absorb that. But we need to get on this now. Get on the messaging. Get the truth out there. Because our populists take back America, take back the world from the technocrat, mad scientist, death cult, George Soros, Bill Gates, Larry Fink, Klaus Schwab system is in free fall because people are focusing on Trump going sideways instead of all the horrible stuff they're doing and have done, and they're reconstituting right now. Just remember, he'll be gone in 2.5 years. When your ankles swell up 3 times the size they were before, that means heart failure. And he does look sick. And he does babble and, sound like the brain's not doing too hot. And so we just cut bait on Trump, and we just mobilize against the Democrats. And we mobilize against neocons, we primary them, and we just fight even harder, because look at how we've turned the tide. Look at all the good we've done. There's a fourth turning. Populists, nationalists, conservatives are winning everywhere. There's a Christian reawakening. And Trump is just a minor figure in all of that now. And we have to be appreciative of the old Trump that went through so much and got so much done. And that's the Trump we remember. And we're just sad because that happens. Listen, my dad's dad was all there when he died. I was there when he died. But my mother's dad, who was the smartest person I probably ever knew, he was not there the last year. And seeing him with dementia and seeing him and all the stuff, one of the few things I'm ashamed of, because I went over there every week since I lived in Austin. They were here in Austin first. I moved down here from Dallas in high school. And by the time he went to the nursing home and the stuff, it was so painful to go see him. I went and saw him like once a month. He'd cry and beg me not to leave and beg me to take him with him. I should have done it, even though it was a big burden. But it was like he fell all over the place. He was out of his mind half the time. He couldn't hold down food. His throat was paralyzed from a stroke and heart attack. And I remember he begged and cried the last time I walked out of that room, and he was dead a week later. I have nightmares about it, but you know, the man I knew was the man before that was my father, my grandfather. That's the man. That's the man. Not the man he was that last year. And that we need to be sad about Trump. This is not funny. This is not good. But he's gone. And that's it. And all the people rallied around him, you can see Hegseth's freaked out. You can see the press secretary's freaked out. They're being loyal. They think it's the lesser of two evils. And okay, but I just, Trump needs an intervention. He needs to take some time off. We need to pray for Trump, that the Holy Spirit touch his heart and loose him from whatever evil control he's under. I'm serious. And I think that's the answer. We need to pray for President Trump. We need to pray for other people to be awakened. We need to pray for justice and peace because we're in so much danger. So basically, I'm saying my grandfather was dead a year before he physically died. The brain was gone. Dignified, smart, tough, super ahead of the curve, a futurist, a veteran, a prospector, a wildcatter. He done it all. And he was dead a year before he physically died. And I think Trump's starting to enter that territory right now. And that's the analogy I've got for you. And that's what I really think. And the left will take 5-second clips out of that and have it out of context. That's fine. That's what liars do. We know you're a bunch of lying scum. You're going to do what you do. But people that know the truth know the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, this broadcast is funded by you. I'm not funded by the Israelis, the Russians, the Iranians, the Qataris, the Democrats, the Republicans, any NGOs, any of that. I'm funded by the few sponsors we have that are amazing, like Kirk Elliott Precious Metals, and our supplements, t-shirts, great knives, you name it. Everything we sell is something I think's cool, that I think's great, that works really well. And I'm here to tell you, folks, that supplements are one of the fastest growing industries the last 30 years. Go to Whole Foods, go anywhere, it's like it just gets bigger and bigger because they work. There's a lot of great stuff at Whole Foods or GNC. But what we sell is the creme de la creme at prices way lower than you can get the exact same thing at Whole Foods, because most of what we have is just private label of already a top brand. I don't reinvent the wheel. When something's got top ratings, totally tested, 5 stars, we can private label it. Baby, we just slap our name on it and sell it to you at a discount. But some of the stuff, like T3, is the only true atomic iodine. And that doesn't mean it's radioactive. It's on the atomic table. It's the good halogen, the opposite of fluoride. You have to have a DEA license to manufacture this. Nobody does it but us. It takes up to 8 weeks to make it. It's made in Arizona. This is the same as X2, but even stronger. It's a patented process. T3 iodine is now available at thealexjonesstore.com. And we have a flash sale that's only going until tomorrow night at midnight Central Time, 1 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Pacific. And that is the 2 awesome vehicles. One of the offers is ending. The new one started this week. So you can get put into the raffle 500 entries. Excuse me. You can put in 100 entries. It's normally just 5 entries for everything you buy in the store each time. for the raffle to be able to get the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 and the 2025 Ford Raptor plus $20,000 in cash. Normally, each thing you buy, each time you're in the store, you get 5x entry into the lottery. This, to the raffle, this is 100x until midnight Central tomorrow. So take advantage of that. But even cooler is the backpack Faraday bag. They only got a limited number of these 5-6 months ago. They sold out in one day. They got a lot more this time, but it's still a limited run. I bet this is sold out in less than a week. It is a beautiful backpack with all these inner pockets and zippers, and it's just amazing. I bought a similar bag for over $500 years ago. This is amazing, and it protects your phones, your laptops, your iPads from being tracked. When you don't have them in these, everywhere you go, you're being tracked by private corporations, criminals, government, you name it. Plus, if there's an EMP blast, you name it, it protects what you got. So you want to keep stuff in your house that you're safe from that. It's also great to do that. And it comes with a whole bunch of free gifts inside of it, because these bags are usually, over $500, $600 value. You get it for $249 if you're a VIP member, $199, and you get an America First Faraday bag, America First Tactical Trench Knife, America First Limited Edition T-shirt, MK Ultra Atomic Defense Brain Boosters, and Immune Boosting Shilajit Gummies and capsules, CMOS Gummies and capsules, that's 2 bottles each, War Cry Premium Smelling Salts, and so much more in the bag. Get it now at theolishowstore.com and keep us on the air. Plus, these are great products.